Okay, we're starting lesson 4.4, parallel and perpendicular lines. We're going to graph these, and of course this isn't perfect straight graphs, but we're going to see what we can do here. We want them in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So this is already in that. So I need to change this. I need to get y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and I get negative 4y equals negative 2x plus 8. Divide everything by negative 4, and we get y equals 1/2 x plus or minus 2. Okay, so I'm going to graph both of these on the same line. So my y-intercept is 3. 1, 2, 3. On the y-axis is 3. My slope is negative 2. It's what was with x. So I'm going to go down 2 and to the right 1. So here's this one line, as best as we can do it. Okay, this one is, the y-intercept is negative 2, and the slope is 1/2. So I go up 1 and to the right 2. Now, it should come out that these meet at right angles. That means they are perpendicular. Perpendicular means they meet at right angles. So that's how we write perpendicular. They have 90-degree angles, a perfect corner where they meet. Okay, let's go to this one and then we'll talk the more specifics about it. So we need to get this in point slope-intercept form. This one already is. This one we need y by itself. So subtract 8x from both sides. We get negative 2y equals negative 8x plus 2. Divide everything by negative 2. Y equals 4x minus 1. Okay, so we're going to graph this one. Our y-intercept is 1, and our slope is 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, and draw the line. And this one, our y-intercept is 1, and our slope is 4. So we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, and draw the line. And it should come out that they're never going to cross. They're parallel. Parallel will never intersect. So we write those parallel as this. 2 lines up and down. They're never going to intersect. If you take a look at the slope of the ones that were perpendicular, the slope was negative 2 on this one, and the slope was 1/2 on this one. Slopes of perpendicular lines are opposite reciprocals. So reciprocal, remember, is when you flip it over. If we have 1/2, the reciprocal of that is 2 over 1 or 2. That's the reciprocal, flipping it over. And opposite is, this is negative, so it will be positive. So this was negative 2, and this was positive 1/2. These are opposite reciprocals, and they're perpendicular. For parallel lines, they have the exact same slope. These had both the slope of 4. Parallel have the exact same slope. Let's take a look at this one. So we need it into slope-intercept, which the first one is. This one we need to just subtract by x because we need y by itself. So y equals negative x plus 4. So if we look at those two slopes, they're neither exactly the same, and they're also not opposite reciprocals. So if we were to graph this, let's do this one first. Negative 2, and then the slope is up 2 and over 3. And then this one is positive 4, and then down 1 into the right 1. These ones, we just say they intersect. They don't intersect perpendicularly, and they are not parallel. So again, if they don't have this exact same slope, or they don't have opposite reciprocal slopes, then they just intersect. Okay, so now we're going to look at these equations. We're not going to look at the graph of those because we already know that parallel have the exact same slope and perpendicular have opposite reciprocal slopes. So we'll look at those individually as we get there. Okay, so this one, we want to write an equation that is parallel to this, y equals 1/2 x plus 6. So the slope is what is with x, because y equals mx plus b, m is our slope. So parallel has exact same slope. So it's going to be y equals 1/2 x, and it says our b is -2, -2, -2, 1/2 x minus 2. Parallel to y equals -4x minus 9. So that means our slope is -4. So it's going to be y equals -4x, and our new line has a b equals 3. Y-intercept is 3, so plus 3. So we're making lines, equations of lines that are parallel to the ones they gave us. So this one, first we have to put it in slope-intercept form so we know exactly what the slope is. So subtract 3x from both sides, and we get -y equals -3x plus 5. We don't want y to be negative, so we're going to switch all the signs. Y equals 3x minus 5. Okay, it's parallel, so it has the same slope, so it's going to be 3. Y equals 3x, and our new line has a y-intercept of -7, so -7. Okay, now we're going to move to perpendicular. Perpendicular are opposite reciprocals. So the slope of this one is 1/2. The opposite reciprocal, we're going to flip that over. So it'd be 2, it's -2. So y equals -2x. And then our b, our y-intercept is -2, so -2. This is perpendicular to this. Okay, again, perpendicular, so it's the opposite reciprocal. This one has a -4 slope. So I'm going to flip that over. So it's going to be 1/4, and it's going to be positive. So 1 equals 1/4 x, and our slope-intercept is 3, so plus 3. Another one that's perpendicular, but first we have to get it in slope-intercept form. So subtract 3x from both sides. So -y equals -3x plus 5. We need a positive y, so we'll change all the signs. Y equals 3x minus 5. So our slope is 3. We need the opposite reciprocal for perpendicular. So we're going to change that to 1/3, and it's going to be negative. So y equals -1/3 x. Our b is -7, so -7. So -1/3 x minus 7 is perpendicular to 3x minus y equals 5. All right, have a good day.